Welcome, Abby. Abby Knitter. Pierre, Sarah, hi. Maisie. How are you today? Happy Monday. Happy, I don't know, some big astrology or something today. Supposedly. It's a good time to manifest things and talk about returning to Eden. Hi. I just realized I didn't brush my teeth. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Phil. Miss you. Miss you too. Abby, is that the Abby I know? Or is it somebody else? Who's Abby Knitter? Abby Knitter. Let me see if I can see your photo. Anyway, I miss you too. Can't tell. Can't tell that I didn't brush my teeth. Oh, good. I can feel it, but as long as you can't tell, it's fuzzy enough. But I was like, it was just, half an hour ago or whatever. I'm like, oh, it's you. Okay, good. Um, you're new to my work, Vanessa. Oh, good. Well, there's a lot of it. And amazing other people with me, other healers and world builders and thinkers and stuff. So welcome. You're part of the family now. And I'm going to talk about a piece I wrote that is integrating a lot of my work and a lot of our work, and ask y'all if you want to co-author it with me before I repost it. So I'll talk about that. But I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes before I give all the info. I've got a lot. We got a lot to go through today. So if you're new, some of it might feel like, what is she referring to? But you'll catch up. It's fine, and it's all good. It's all how do I want to say? Like, there's no work here. We're just we're healing and having fun and rebuilding and provoking people still in the old world to come join us. So it's a beautiful gathering here. Welcome. Playing with the idea of changing my name. Oh, great. Got it. I see. I'm seeing you also have a new photo, Abby. Oh, I see you now. I can see you better. Visionary and event programmer and being playful. Djembe. Ooh, yum. Watercolor. Yum. No wonder we get along so well. Ecstatic dance. Yay. Surfer girl. I want you to teach me how to surf, Abby, when we get together. I'm here in California. I'm right by the ocean. Where I am is not a big surf area, but I'm close to surfing spots. And I paddleboard and I have a blow up kayak and I love boogie boarding, although it's cold. But I have never surfed, but I want to. I'm a true California. Like, I was a Midwestern gal, most of my life. It's only been 4 years, but I'm like, California's in my spirit. Teotihuacan, welcome. Gary, hi. We can go to Maui. Ooh, let's go to Maui. Let's do it. I would love it. I would love it. I would love it. And when we are freed up, I'm just going to travel everywhere. It's going to be great. Okay, so I am going to give you some housekeeping stuff first. First is just don't miss this week on the live streams. It's really, everybody I've had on are just amazing people and we have a good time. But this week is like, instead of just Monday through Thursday, we're going to do Monday through Friday. Tomorrow we have Valthara or Kristen on, who her page is called Letters to Flame. And by the way, on my main Substack, you'll see the pin post that says the Homefront Podcast. It has the schedule for the week. So you head there. Valthara is also rebuilding Eden and getting codes and scrolls and downloads about all of this, and is just sort of catching up to how much is coming through her system. But identified me and I identified her as a co-builder. I mean, we're all co-builders, but she was sort of aware of she was in a way aware of my seat and my role, which is keeps being bigger than I thought. I didn't bet on myself as much as I could have, and that's just a reflection of my background and all of our backgrounds, where we didn't know what was possible through the eyes of our parents and our society. we're just taught limitation, we're taught enslavement, we're taught follow the rules and the programming. So I'm waking up to who I really am and where I really sit and what I really want and what the big dream is, along with everyone. Um, and uh, but Valthara was like, you're kind of a central figure. And I'm like, okay, all right. So getting used to that. So she's on tomorrow. Then Wednesday, Pamela will be here, and PLR on Substack. She is, if y'all know, some of you may know David Icke, Icke, pretty famous conspiracy guy. Um, I discovered David at least 15 years ago, and dove into his stuff a little bit. Um, Probably watched a total of 5 hours of worth of David Icke stuff over the years. I was always like, yeah, that seems like there's some truth there, and I'm not sure where he's going with this, which is my beef with everybody, every man who, not just men, but everybody who kind of they get a cult of personality and they have some truths, but they don't go all the way. Like, what's the thrust here? The thrust is if we're run by, and we are run by, what do we want to call them? Enslavers, a global mafia, I sometimes call them. Um, then, well, the thing to do is to defect, is to build something new, is not to keep exposing them. At some point, it's like, it's helpful, it's a part of the process. But for me, I was always like, well, then we need to build a whole new system. As I've said, when I was a kid, I was like, where's the manager of this place? This seems like a really backward way to live. Um, so I was looking for that manager. So anyway, but David was kind of a seminal figure, and has been a seminal figure in exposing a lot of dark stuff that's very real. Pamela, though, there's some dark stuff in David's circle, and Pamela is going to share it with us. So she's been through it. We've been through it, and is ready and healed enough, and feel safe enough, and that this is a friendly environment to share her story. 15 years married to David Icke. So she's got a lot of information to share. We're going to do probably at least a 5-part series. So part 1 and part 2 will be this week on Wednesday and Friday. So come meet Pamela. She's an absolute delight. She's a fairy for those of you who follow my kindred stuff. I had a whole download. There's fairies, elves, hobbits, gnomes, dwarves, and there she is. Pamela's here. Hi there. Hi, Lorenzo. Waking up to who we really are. Yes, yes, yes. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna, if I don't read all your comments as I go here, because I'm gonna get through a lot today. But Pamela and I will do at least a 5-part series to yes, tell her story with Icke, and inside of there do our envisioning and dreaming of the new earth, right? That's that's what she wanted to do with David. That's what I wanted to do with all of the collaborators I've attempted to collaborate with, and with all of you that we are doing it together. As Lorenzo has called it, architecting. We're architecting, visioning, building the new Eden, and that's what today's topic is. So we're going to be exposing this stuff that is not at all aligned with the new Eden, with Icke and many other circles of folks who are they haven't fully found the service to all that is in their heart, that is their natural state. But we are going to talk about that. So we're going to expose some things and build some things. And it may be that we have quite a bit more folks on these live streams, because there's a big audience for David Icke stuff. So that'll be whatever it is. We'll see. But part 1 will be this Wednesday. And then we have on Thursday Jeff from Substack, who affirmed my judgment and decree on circumcision, that it is a violation of natural law. And he has been working on healing from circumcision, by literally rebuilding his foreskin, and has had some great success, and is talking with Doc Smith about this, and then we'll come on here on Thursday. So he'll be on his live stream as well, I think this week, or I'm not sure when. Maybe he's already been on. Anyway, we're going to hear about his healing process so that more men can get involved. And it's not just about rebuilding his physical body, but energetically, through embodiment and self-care and all that good stuff. So so don't miss Jeff on Thursday, and then Pamela will be back on Friday. The other thing is Dave and I are making great headway. He's making great headway. He's doing amazing work. What's called the Gnome Front. His page on Substack is summaries and mind maps and uh, infographics and all kinds of cool things of our podcast. I think this is our podcast, although it's a lot of me. Where he took Brad's appearance last Thursday and was already broke that down, so you get the full summary, sometimes a mental map or infographic, and then the full transcript. So the whole point of these podcasts is to seed the sharing economy, right? Where here it is, it's yours, it's ours. This is not my information. This is channeled because we're all just channels of God or nature or life or whatever you want to call her, him, it, them. And so Dave is just doing a great job of organizing all this stuff. I'm going in and labeling all of my like hour and a half, or hour to 2 hour to 4 hour, what were live streams that I usually previously called the Natural Healing Radio Hour. And then I had some Ask Me Anythings going way back, not way back, but like March or February or something, February, I think. Those are all the long form live streams have been turned into the Homefront podcast, and I'm going back and labeling them as episodes. So I'm at and like renaming them, giving them an episode number and new imagery and that stuff. And then that'll shift over. It's all on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. We're going to redo my YouTube and Substack. So that'll be better organized. Then we're going to have a table of contents of all of our pods and all the topics in there, just in like 2 or 3 lines, so that you can go through and know I do an embodiment meditation in this one. We talk about the father wound in this one. We do Claudia's holographic healing technology in this one. And that'll come soon. So organized all of that. And we're doing all of this because I'm about to hire a PR firm. So some of you know that I've been talking about this event and planning an event. I've been seeing that there's an event. I had my friend Oracle on. We talked about, or Josephine, I call her Oracle. We talked about, I forget the name of that podcast or what episode it was. We called it Oracle Scrolls and a New World Party or something like that, a World House Party. And we were talking about envisioning this event. I've been seeing it for years, really. And she has too. And it took me a while to land the event, but I found it. And I thought that the campaign was going to be run by who I thought was my soul match, which I'm going to talk about later. I'm not going to talk about it now. For those who've been keeping up with the soap opera. It's all good. It's like every step here is just, it keeps elevating. But anyway, and wait till you hear who it really is. Wait till you hear. It's a good one. But so we so the event landed that it's a a strike, a blackout, and a World House Party all in one. And these folks who are organizing a blackout here in the States, literally called Blackout, and they planned it for September 17th. So we're gonna push for that date. I'm gonna merge with them as well as the General Strike, which is a big group. I have a contact in Detroit. Like there's, I think, 370,000 people or something signed on their strike card. So, but I couldn't find the right, I was like, who do I start with? How do I do this? And finally everything cohered this weekend. All my ideas of like the field guide, the People's Trust, the Return to Eden, it all came together. And I'm going to read you the post that I put it all together. And then the event, like realizing this advertising guy was not going to be the forefront here, and realizing, really talking with another marketing friend of mine, what I needed was a PR person, because I have the concept. I even have kind of the look and feel, but we need a PR firm. So, and then I wanted a PR firm possibly anyway for to push all my stuff forward. I have so much content, and I want it. It's free, and it's all in the service of seeding the gift economy and bringing people over to Substack, creating the new PBS. And so, and then with the event landing, I was like, okay, the event, I can see it. Okay, now's the time to push all my stuff forward, invest, like use my own savings and get a PR person. So that's what we're gonna do. Um, and then we're gonna push me out to like get on podcasts and all this stuff to promote the event and to promote this return to Eden, the remembrance movement, the new Earth landing that is happening right now, as all of our systems crumble. So I'm going to read you the Return to Eden post, so that you can see the big picture and see how it's all kind of coherent. And I'm going to ask if you want to be co-authors. So I'm going to read it. It's already posted. It's the pinned post that used to be the People's Trust post on my Substack. I'm going to ask you to not comment or anything on it yet, because in Substack you can't repost an old post. It doesn't let you do that. You have to duplicate it and create a fresh post of that thing. And I've just been like editing inside this old post, because I didn't want to lose the comments and everything there in there, because there's some beautiful stuff, and I will save, and that'll still be in this old post, but I need to duplicate it. I had to duplicate it to resend it via email and to put co-authors there. But I want to put as many co-authors as I can get, because this is it. We're signing off on this new vision. So I'm going to read it today, but you can pull it up on your Substack, and it's the pin post. And then they'll all sign off on we're in this, and then I can't actually go in and like remove or add more co-authors moving forward. That post has to just stay as it is. I can still edit in there, um, but what was I going to say about that? That doesn't matter. But it'll be like our working document, right? And it'll be what I refer to the PR people to, what everybody kind of can see. I've changed it on my website, everything, so it's like the hearth, the main idea, the map. It's a map. It's a map of how to get to the new Eden, which we are already there. It's a frequency. We're already here. We could literally have it right now. It's just a waking up and remembering process. So, but it'll be what you can refer everybody to, and like the thing that is the heart of the event and everything else is the vision for the new Eden. The point of the event is to practice the new Eden on one day and show each other, look, this is possible. So that's why. So this whole weekend was about like cohering the idea to get it ready to go, so that we're like ready for prime time. Because when I hire the PR firm, it's going to be like go 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 for the next 5 weeks. So I'm going to be a busy bee if I'm not as in touch. That's why. But we're all in it together, and I want to know if you want to co-author it. So I'm going to read it now. And then I will read my copy that I wrote for the event, and then we'll talk about my evolving love story and how it all ties in. And it's really fun. But first I will read your comments, because I see lots of comments coming through here. I see you guys reconnecting. Any newbies, don't be intimidated. It's a fun time here. I might not be able to read them all. Hi, Evan. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. No more Eternal series. Frater Omen. Hi. Beth, what's up? Architecting the New Earth, is it? Hopes and Dreams. Phil Quigley. Hi. Phil, oh, you're beautiful. Poems. Sending love to you, Phil. Gentle Breeze. Go check out Phil's poems. It's beautiful. Orb passed over my head. It might be dust mites. I know there's orbs, but it could also be dust mites. It's a little dusty in here. It gets dusty where I live. Hi, Dave. There's Dave. So Dave is his is the gnome front, is where you're gonna get all that good stuff. Oracle Scrolls and World House Party. That's the name of it exactly. Edge of my seat, Megan, on the soul match updates. Oh, it's good. We're gonna go through this other stuff. Lorenzo. It's so good. I mean, it's like It's like I was selling myself short with Zach Bush, and I won't name beautiful. I name him. Maybe I mean, y'all are gonna know it soon enough, But I probably want to let him keep his privacy for a little bit longer. She has a prolonging dramatic tension. I know. I'm getting good at this storytelling. I'm getting good. You gotta build it. The only one I can listen with. Yeah. Hi, Lisa. Natalie. Hi. Megan has a way with words like a frog jumping across the lily ponds in the river. Oh my god! I just opened my shed. For those who don't know, I have it's a little wonderland over here, and there's no reason where I live. I live in an arid area. There's no reason that there's frogs in my shed, but there are so many frogs about this big. And today there was a lot of them. Like I opened the door and I was like taking my water out and just reorganizing some stuff. And I was like, don't, because they at night they like to jump. And I was like, there's so many frogs on both sides of the shed. I'm like, guys, don't jump on me. Just don't jump on me because they've jumped in the past. They didn't. But anyway, frogs. Dave says yes. People are so articulate. Oh, thank you guys. Anna Maria, hi. Hi. Yoshi's here. Yoshi, my sage friend. Messaging back and forth. Good to see you. Okay. Oh, mwah. It's so great to see all y'all. Okay. So you can pull this up with me if you want on the main page. This is the Return to Eden, a map for creating heaven on earth. I'm very open to any feedback if you want me to change some words. This is where we're at right now. But I can edit it right now. Okay. And I can always edit it later, but I don't want to edit it too much because I'm going to add these co-authors, and then that's the last time I can do that. Okay, I'm just going to read it through. Welcome. It's time to return to the garden, family, to reclaim our birthright as free and fulfilled beings. It's time to release the artificial matrix and remember who we are. We are a living lattice, a vast breathing organism of light, sound, and pulse. We are one body, one mind, and one field. And we are built for joy, not suffering, for fulfillment, not enslavement, play, not work. Our living lattice is visible and invisible, form and formless. It is part root system, part star map, and it flows through all dimensions. Each of us is a node, a channel, and an essential pulse in this collective body brain. Each of us serves everyone. Life designed us this way, in never-ending service to herself. When we are free, we naturally share our gifts, codes, and medicine, because that is what life does. It shares. We just forgot. We forgot who we are as infinite beings, that we came here to create, that we came here to have fun. Eden is what we build when we are free. It's just natural. So let's start now. The awakening. The forgetting is ending. All over the world, people are waking up. We are remembering joy, play, safety, and community, the way we felt as children before we were sold the world's lies. We are remembering that we are creators and that heaven on earth is not only possible, it is our birthright. Our return to Eden is inevitable. The waves always make their way to the shore. Currently, we are crashing our way there. Here is a starting map to help us surf home instead. Hope you like that metaphor, Abby. The map. The Garden of Eden is already here. It is a frequency or a signal that we resonate with and build from. It is a map we already embody. Everyone is already a node on this map. We are each a part of the natural blueprint underneath everything, underlying everything. So we are drawing this map together. Anyone can add a guidepost, a decree, code, or scroll. The only rule is it must serve everyone and hurt no one. Our 6 steps home, how to embody Eden. Number 1, the village. Create decentralized villages with local, regional, and global hubs. Children's thriving is at the center of all decisions. Women's councils lead the way, and men serve as protectors, builders, and allies. Local, regional, and global libraries, hubs for supplies, seed storage, archives, and more, as well as gathering spaces for apprenticeship, ceremonies, and celebrations. I'm going to show you the new visual map I made. It's sort of an extension of the one I already made. You can see I did make a village with no kids, just in case. But generally, kids are at the center. And here we are with free everything. You can just see What does it say? Yeah, our living lattice. I don't know if you guys can read that. So I'm gonna, convert this at some point, but gives you an example of what the regional hub is like, right? Apprenticeship, gatherings, and a living library. Okay, number 2, after the village, the commons, a digital commonwealth, a network without hierarchy or gatekeepers, a new PBS where we share skills, goods, and care freely. Open platforms like Substack become the public square for wisdom councils, stories, education, and art by the people for the people. All platforms, Twitter or X, TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, etc., eventually join the open source sharing network. Number 3, the trust, a global bank for contributors to the commons. Funds are given freely, no debt attached. It's a mutual aid hub. A fluid, borderless currency for the transition away from money. The trust, so it's basically a bank. I would see it as like Substack would host it like a bank. It could be outside of Substack, but to me, it's like, I mean, I don't know. It probably isn't. It probably is outside of it. But what I want is the seamlessness of, like, if it's a new PBS, right? I want like we all go to the same place. That Substack becomes the central hub of this network and this decentralized network, um, and that because the wisdom keepers are here, like the vast majority, and so it just makes sense that the bank would be here too. It would just, and again, temporarily just become this mutual aid hub that we can take from to just keep our contribution going, right? And then it's a place where we're practicing the sharing economy. We're practicing this mutual aid. So, a fluid, borderless currency for the transition away from money. The trust is designed to redistribute the world's resources. The fullest cups pour into the emptiest until balance is restored. Once an equal distribution. So, you know, it could be like I have like my friend Yoki in Ethiopia, right? So she might not. She has a Substack, but it's like, well, she's not a great example because she's on Substack. But my friend Muhammad, he's on Substack too. My friend Fidelis is in Cameroon, is growing a farm, and he's not on Substack, but he could, through me, I could channel those funds. Um, so anyway, there's lots of ways to do it. The idea is there's just one hub for this. It's the redistribution pot. um, and we're continuing this redistribution coming from the heart, right? Like, are the things that sing for your soul is what you would give if you're the wealthy one. You would give to Fidelis or whoever. Um, like Yoki needs to be able to just have a pile of money so she can write her book. You know what I mean? And her book is this beautiful thing, but she needs a job and she's got to go an hour away from her job in Ethiopia. So this is a chance to, like, I believe in Yoki's vision. Here's $100,000. Go do your thing. I have so many other friends, same thing. They have incredible gifts to offer, but they need some money to get them started. So the fullest cups pour into the emptiness until balance is restored. Once an equal distribution is established, we can discontinue money altogether. So that'll be a process. But actually simpler than I think we make it. I actually think it's quite a bit simpler. We know how to bank. It's just we're doing the wrong bank. It's the real bank, the real current is abundance. It's an endless bank. It's like Gil in a video game. It's just there's as soon as we seed it, it's just going to go and go and go. But we have a debt-based economy instead of a gift-based economy. So we just have to get the gift rolling, and it'll just go and go. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4 is the field guide, which I used to call the natural law field guide, but I took natural law out because, first of all, some of you know I don't love the word law. We're still borrowing from the old world, whereas just nature and how it works, it isn't really a law, and it's such a open source universe that what we may very well create new laws because we're gods here. We're part and parcel of God, and we are creators. So we don't want to hold too tight on law. It's just the current field guide. And I use the word natural law because it's like, I know for a fact that the truth is everything will move toward fulfillment if freed. So that's one of the natural laws. So inside this field guide. But anyway, that's why I took natural law out. The field guide just feels very friendly and simple, and there's nobody's going to bristle at the title. So there's a link to the field guide in the post. Change that as well. Changed quite a few things in that. Not quite a few, but a few things in that field guide. So the field guide is it's just first the definition. Our field is both tangible and energetic. It is the land itself, as well as a shared frequency of authenticity, ease, and joy. The guide is an archive of codes, scrolls, and medicine inside an open source document, living pointers of natural law. So for instance, I would take Oracle's scrolls or just link to Oracle scrolls, right? That her scrolls, and really anybody I follow on or subscribe to on Substack and on TikTok are part of the part of this guide. Really, we're already part of the guide. I'm just like naming it, right? Living Pointers of Natural Law. It is where we share maps and models for thriving. For instance, living agriculture and infrastructure design, natural building, land stewardship. The guide also calls out the man-made laws that violate truth with summonses, decrees, and judgments to restore balance, sovereignty, and coherence. So, like my decree on circumcision, and then my summons of Zach Bush saying you are, out of alignment, and we need you over here doing your Institute of Natural Law. I'm still on Zach Bush's ass, by the way. Still on it, just telling him to defect most days, because I still think that guy's a big one that shifts, but not as big as my guy. Okay, number 5, the community. This is us living the vision of Eden now. Connections with others who share our vision, just like this, and are working to build it. Local, regional, and global circles that embody the sharing economy. For instance, the Homefront live stream and podcast, and our larger Substack community. Living inside community in all the ways that serve us both individually and collectively. Every time you live in community, you share in community, you love your community, your family, anybody, you are contributing to the frequency of this one family that we are. And that just resonates and ripples, and we can feel it. I mean, our communities are coming together. The gathering is happening. So it's the day-to-day addition to this frequency. Number 6, the event to kick off. Save the date, 9/17/25, an event to usher in Eden. A great gathering, a strike, blackout, and worldwide party all in one. A massive celebration. I picked 9/17 because that's the date that the blackout folks already picked. The purpose is an energetic reset, worldwide participation, news story activation, and a gift economy kickoff. So think of it as like a kickoff to the Super Bowl, but like infinitely more fun, not a zero-sum game. The win-win-win game. The kickoff of the win-win-win game. So it's also a convergence. We're going to meet at local and regional node points like government buildings, which are often on ley lines, national parks, and sacred sites. For instance, Capitol buildings, Mount Shasta, Machu Picchu, Giza, etc. It's a gift exchange. We bring offerings of food, music, story, money, hugs, art, ceremony, wisdom, and healing. We create Eden on the spot. That's the kickoff event. That's what I'm going to talk to about this PR agency. Oh, by the way, the PR woman was referred to me by Claudia Apapacharte, our favorite, our wonderful friend. She just happened to get this PR woman saw Claudia on my podcast and wants her healing, reached out to her. She lives in DC. She is so this is a very DC connected PR firm, which is sort of perfect, because the first image I ever had was at the Capitol building of this event, and I guess she's a very, very well connected woman. So we're gonna get this word out. So, okay, the final phrase here: the choice. There are 2 worlds are before us: empire, an artificial system built from separation and fear, or Eden, a natural system built from unification and care. The map is in our hands. The path is clear. Let's make Eden. So that's the Return to Eden post that I'd love to know if you want to co-author, and we're gonna go from there. That's gonna be our little map. Of course, it'll shift and change, but I'm seeing lots of chatting. Hi Max. Hi Vicky. A living lattice. She likes it. Yes, we'll need a digital version of the living lattice. Yes, exactly. regional hub exhibit. Okay, good. You like that? We might need a council that could distribute funds from the global bank. Yeah, that's a good idea. Exactly. Love it. Love it. I'm going to take some notes. Council for bank. Yes, yes, yes. And this is like the women's councils, where because we're gonna see how things should be distributed, right? Because we always see what's good for the whole. Service to all is our natural state, and then masculine. Generally, y'all need to plug into the women to serve us to serve the whole, right? Your service to all is needs a little guidance. You kind of default to service to self only because the world is so insane, not because that's your nature. Your nature is service to all, which is all of us. Um, but the women are generally the oracles. So we see what is needed, and we can plot it, right? We can map it. Okay, thank you, Dave, for that. I'm scanning the grid for aligned vendors. We need another word to create digital versions of the Living Lattice to come forward. Maybe you know someone already, Dave. He knows me. I already have papers published on free energy. 95% efficient solar panels. Oh, great. Batteries that don't and grow stronger over time and other advanced technology. Amazing, Evan. Okay, Evan. I'm writing your name down. Maybe you want to come on the pod? I'm off next week, but the week after I think I'll be back on. But let's talk, because the truth is we have free energy, right? We can just pull ether out of the air. I mean, Evan, you got to know this. So I mean, you'll tell me, but it's like, in my view, right? Everything is unleashed. Once we get gifting going, everything is unleashed. All of your stuff is unleashed. Everything's unleashed. Um, so the most efficient energy, right? Energy systems are unleashed. We've had free energy for a very long time, but I'm hoping you'll be somebody to catch. It's like we need this net of all of us to catch the funds that are going to come in, the waves of people who are just like waking up and realizing the world is backward, right, and are ready for the new system. And we're going to need to like help convert and connect all these different systems. So the energy folks here, the healers over here, all connected, but landing pads basically with people there, small councils to um, to usher in Eden and to steer the funds in the right direction, like Dave is saying. Trust is like a load balancing for our collective resources. Yes, load balancing is it. I use that phrase as well. I tell you, Dave has all the great words. We need you. Exactly. We do need you, Evan. Council of Aligned Fiduciaries. Yes, to distribute fund from our global bank has been riding through me as a lived experience account in Manhattan. Good ping there for me to bring it up forward. Okay, great. Great, Lorenzo. This is good phrasing as well. Global bank. It's a global bank with the goal of redistribution, right? The goal of and people bristle about redistribution, but it's like we have to remember there's no scarcity, right? Like it's literally just it's like you just break the dam, right? And then you're like, oh no, what are we gonna do with redistribution? It's like, the water will just go. Um, we need some guides, but it's not like we don't have to. It's not a lot of like Yoshi and I were talking about left brain stuff today, and how AI is going to put all these men out of jobs because it's the left brain, it's the linear and logical, and how feeling through something, right? It's like we we just know, right? As in your body, you just know the taste of something is good. You don't need to know what ingredients are in it, kind of thing. Um, and so I know that all like there will only be thriving, but we just have to like help everybody else know it, right? So what is that? What is that framing, naming, and then inner counsel that can um, translate what we the oracles know to the stepwise progression, right? Um, and I think the stuff around money is going to be the trickiest because there's everybody. it's such a spell. And we're gonna have to like it's like a series of waking people up from the spell. We're gonna have to like pretend money is real because it is for now because we all believes it's real. And even maybe have a token economy for a while, like I don't know exactly. But that this bank becomes it's just the bank of like like water until all the dams can break, and then it'll just be redistributed, and then at that point we're just flowing. So, but thank you all for thinking through this because this is not right. I just see the waters. I just see like, oh, can we just get there already? It's like billionaires just defect, like just give all your money away and like give it to the folks who need it the most, and we will watch the world bloom in no time. Give it to the women, give it to the women who are in the most need all over the world. That's it. And then everyone will thrive like tomorrow. But we do need this sort of transitional bank. So currency, exactly. I know Lorenzo's got great words. This is all reminds me to create the official Notion in Discord several, but the field has been delaying that for a reason. I know now just to trust it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, the moment right now is the nudge to make it. Okay, sorry, my internet is unstable. Oh, you're cool, Maisie. I have a paper, Evan says, on consciousness internet, but it is still in the works since the old models are controlled by governments and corporations. Yes. So, Evan, we've got the internet folks over here too. Like Jeremy Helm was on the pod. He's connected with Seed Hypermedia. He has Ted Nelson's phone number, his email, and we need the true peer-to-peer decentralized Xanadu that Ted talked about, and we need all the coders to be available too. It sounds like you are a polymath, as they say, and I'm so glad to be connected. So just I'm going to consider you a point person. In the same way that I'm like, as soon as the funds come, it's like, go talk to Jeremy, go talk to Evan, go talk to, it's just like that. Like, because I think of myself as a hub, and once this PR stuff goes out, right, and we get one of these big defectors, then it's like go time. It's like, okay, let's build. Because what I've been looking for, like as a seer, right, and as a healer, and like knowing what people are capable of, knowing that everybody can heal, knowing that we are born moving toward fulfillment, knowing that this is a completely backward system, is that all I just needed was somebody with some power and influence to just build it, to just flip it. And now we've got all of us with power and influence, and power is in our numbers, of course, but it's the defector that I keep seeing with the dam break. It's like the shift of it was really an energy and attention shift, right? And then the resources come after that. So it's like stop looking at Bitcoin or whatever, and look over here. Look at the people. Look at what we're building. Look at the ground up um, movement that's happening. PLR says we can feel it. Oh, good. Yeah, we'd all want to read your paper, Evan. You're giving off strong resonance pings to my field. Your papers and your mind, I already know is fire. Hook you guys up. Okay, good. All right. If you haven't already, please like Megan's document she's reading from. It's titled "The Return." Like it, but remember, Dave, I'm going to duplicate it. Like, just let me know if you want to be a co-author. Really, you can write it in that document. But I got to do a whole new document. So wait for the new one that has all the co-authors and it's fresh. This one will remain Substack. I can't repost the old one. So yes, like it, but you're gonna have to like it again when I post it again. This is just to just invite you all to be co-authors before I launch it, before I send it out as a newsletter. Let's make this paradise on earth. Okay, great. You guys are hooking up. Beautifully stated. We like it. Okay. Welcome everybody. Dave, thanks for welcoming everybody. Check your hats at the door before entering the show if you got an ego. Exactly. Understanding energy, Evan says, is to comprehend relational energy, not just geometry, but consent between entangled objects. Exactly. Beautiful. Redistribution equals reallocation. Yep. 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 What's up, Steph? That was not easy to send a DM while in a stream. Hi, love. Hey, Steph. Yo. Dave, hi. There is so much abundance on our planet, and we are in an innovative species with the right tech now. There is no such thing as scarcity. No, it's gonna be an explosion of abundance. We have to go like whatever your biggest dream ever was. And this is why the soul match thing, it took a while because it's like I had to go because my biggest dream was always was this, right? Like a free world. Like, isn't that everybody's dream? What the heck? Which of course it is underneath. Um, but like take our biggest dream and then go like 1,000 times. Like the one that you're like, no way. Take that one and go like 1,000 times better than that. And then amplify it where it's all of our dreams and we're all just spilling over with sharing and our gifts because we all have the perfect balance, but the perfect gift that complements my gift is your gift is our gift. Like it's like if we all came to the potluck, nobody repeated anything, and it's all like your favorite stuff. Or the cookout. Robert, hi. Uh, I loved having a welcoming committee. It's really, really good. Dell, what's up? John. Ashley. I'll work this week and get the Notion Discord up. Okay, great. Wait for the new doc to co-author. Thank you. Thank you. If you click on the name, you can subscribe. Oh, that's right. Good. Thanks for the reminder. Just hold the name and then you can follow or subscribe right there. Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. So that's the post. So that's going to be the reference point, the map that we just keep referring everybody to. We're all down for it. Okay, and then I mentioned the event inside of that, right? Y'all, when I'm in birthing mode, I drink so much water that I have to go to the bathroom. So talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Okay. I was talking to somebody. Who are we talking? Oh, it was Brad last night or last Thursday, talking about my compost toilet. I'm always like it's about 2 months before I have to like flip my compost toilet, and this weekend it surprised me. I was like, it was time. I had to clean my compost toilet this weekend. Um, it's it's a funny life I live here. I hope I can't wait for the day when everybody can just come visit, but I'm gonna come to you too. But it's just gonna be a funny thing to look back on this place I've lived. It's very charming, but also very just like it's full of comedy, like an overflowing compost toilet. Anyway, so I'm like writing this return to Eden thing, right? And just literally have like shit on my flannel that I have to like wash. Like this is where I could use it. I could use a dude. I could use a dude to do some dude shit. Soon enough. Soon enough. Okay. So I'm gonna read the event write up. That's kind of like the debrief, the brief that I gave. How am I going to say his name? I'm not going to say his name. The guy that the second guest I had as my soul match, who loves me, said I'm the best thing in the world, loves my vision, whatever, all the things. Made it seem like maybe he was going to be able to come in, couldn't make the leap, and it's all good. It's perfect. He wasn't the one, and it was great. It was great, 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 and it showed me he could be the best advertising guy in the world. I still know the concept. I'm still the concept queen. This is my idea, and I don't need him. So it was great for that, and also great to feel like just some love poured onto me for a little bit, and to realize like even better, kid, even better. Which is not to say he's not great, but he's just not my match. But this is the brief I was going to give him, or I did give him, to create the campaign, right? So, but now we're going to do a PR firm instead. But I want your feedback on it, and also starting with the name. So I've been calling it the event, and I've called it that on the Eden Post because the general strike on their website. And General Strike, there's General Strike US, but it's all over the world. So there's connections, there's a lot of connections there, and probably like, just a lot. So um, they have on their website, it says the event is coming soon. And the first time I saw that, I was like, ooh, yes, yes, it's an event. Because there's always an event. There's always a thing that occurs that tips the scale. Um, so, but I didn't occur to me until recently when I was like coming up with this party idea, right? Where I kept seeing we're all partying. And I've been calling it the Great Gathering. So the Great Gathering, a world house party. Um, and I like that. I really like the Great Gathering, but it's a little long and it's slightly feminine in a good way. But the ones we need to, like, in general, in general, I am aiming at men. I'm aiming at everybody, but it's like, because the men defecting, as Ginny's poem talks about, is like when the men defect, it's all over. Because this is a patriarchy in the end. Everybody loses under patriarchy, and even matriarchy isn't really an archy because it's decentralized. But it is but if we're going to use that phrase, matriarchy is more aligned with natural law. Okay, so um, so the ones who have the power, first of all, and have the money, right? The vast majority of billionaires and politicians, all the ones who are just hoarding the wealth, holding on to the reins, right, are men, white men. Um, and it's not about them being white men, but it's about us being able to speak to them and speak in a language they can understand. And they speak, you know, linear left brain, IQ over EQ, as Lorenzo would say, like maleness, they speak code. They speak, y'all speak binary, and I can speak man. I'm multilingual. I can code switch, but I default to the feminine. Um, so my instinct, and then so in the general strike, it's the event, right? And the there's women in their image, a black woman in the middle, or a black uh, uh, I don't know how they identify, but it's because it's a photo from the 60s. But uh, it's mostly women, right? But it was built by men, and the men called it the event. So I'm like, do we just call it the event? Because I think that's gonna, like, the Great Gathering. I could see men going like, sounds, some lovey-dovey hippie bullshit, right? But if it's like the event, like the Super Bowl is the event, I think it's better hooky. So my instinct is to call it the event, and then a world house party is the subtitle or the subheading. Okay, so chew on that, and then I'm going to read it. But it's currently calling the Great Gathering in this write up. And then the URL I thought would be, I looked in, there's a greatgathering.net is available. I'm sure we could find one that has the event. There is probably the event.world, which is an option. Anyway, tagline: a strike, a blackout, and a world house party all in one. Synopsis: on September 17th, we walk out together from our jobs, from our screens, from the systems that divide us, and we gather in joy. This is the Great Gathering, or the event, a global family reunion, a peaceful strike, a planetary house party, and the kickoff to New Eden. We're meeting at energetic node points, government buildings, sacred sites, ley lines, national parks, to reset the frequency of the earth. Instead of transactions, we bring offerings: food, music, art, love, hugs, stories, and wisdom, and money. We remember what it's like to live as one people, one family, and one earth. It's peaceful, it's joyful, it's the pre-game party before the new game, the game that's not a game at all, just play. Purpose: an energetic reset, shift the planetary vibe toward unity, abundance, and joy. Mass participation: anyone, anywhere can join. Take the day off, gather locally, share the frequency. A new story activation: embody the non-zero sum world we're building, a win-win-win game. House rules: it's party, not a protest. Joy, music, and welcome at center. Bring your gift, whatever you have: food, song, skill, story, dance, presence, money. Gather at the nodes, sacred sites, public squares, natural wonders, local landmarks. Leave no harm, respect the land, respect each other. Everyone belongs, all ages, all nations, all faiths. No price of entry, it's free, the gift economy in action. The core event concept is a global strike or blackout, step away from the machine for one day. World House Party, a simultaneous gathering on every continent. and an energetic node activation aligned with the Earth's natural power points, and a family reunion vibe. Creative brief for the agency. We needed the launch campaign, deliverables, brand identity, logo, sigil, color palette, typography, etc. Visuals, event posters, digital banners, house rules slide, promo video, web and social assets, Instagram, Substack, all that stuff, a press kit, a one pager, all that stuff. The tone and the feel, we wanted it to be inviting, celebratory, unifying, not political or combative. The visuals will be sacred plus modern, global and local. It's kind of the vibe. The energy is global family reunion meets conscious festival. The audience is everyone, globally minded citizens, artists, healers, activists, families, youth, and elders, anyone ready to feel part of something bigger than themselves. And so we're looking at the PR lead. And then this PR firm has social media. They have web builders. We're going to need, it's a big web here. We're going to need context in all the different countries. Right now, I think we've got about 30 countries represented. So we're going to need everybody's help to start spreading the word. It's really organic. Like it's not like we're going to have, it's not like we need event promotion and, we just need the assets and we need the idea to go viral. But it's not like we're putting up, tents and things, although people certainly can. We just need, and it's also like, as Oracle said, probably just the first of many. So it's the initial kickoff. But regional coordinators, digital and streaming leads, safety and cultural host kind of thing. Of, we can use that. So but we're starting with the PR and seeing what she can offer. And then I'm gonna probably call on y'all to play a role in spreading the news once we have it all set. And I haven't reached out to the blackout or general strike folks yet because I want to secure the PR firm and like have an initial plan in place before I fold in their date and take over what they're calling a blackout. And before I assume that this is the event that general strike, it's like we're moving with consent here of 100%. So yeah, that's the vibe. What are your thoughts? Hi, Audra. Yes, and use codes in your posters, media outreach. Yes, absolutely. It's now claimed in a reversal effect for the good of the whole. The event, we like it. Okay. So Megan went to the bathroom, which means I'm officially hosting the Megan show without Megan. Don't worry, I'll keep it on brand. Starting with, why don't secrets ever survive in bathrooms? Because eventually the tea always leaks. You have an awakening drone. That's so funny. And you're an Eye of the Beholder. You could help me with my pod. If you click on a name, you can. Okay. Are we good with the event? The name event. The event sounds like, and we like the description. Are you ready for me to get to the love story? How are we feeling? I'm definitely very supportive no matter what or how difficult it will get. Okay, good. All right, I'm getting a lot of hearts, so okay. Yes, okay. Okay, so that's the plan. I will probably tomorrow with Valtara just give you all I'm just gonna keep updating you on how things progress. We're doing this together. We're in it together. Y'all are gonna help out. I'm not alone. And hopefully I'll talk to them tonight. We like the event title. Okay, good. I do too. I think it's just the event. It's like, it's the event. It's the event. And then it's just like, what? The event. What is the event? And I wonder if it's just like, I've gone back on the look and feel. I kind of want it to be stark. Like, it's almost like, those t-shirts that are just like Helvetica. It's just like, Eartha plus, Share plus whatever. It's like, or just, just bold, just plain, black and white almost. But I don't want it to be cold either. I don't know. I think it might be like black and gold or something. I don't know. But simple, very universal, that it doesn't it there's that there would be no reason for somebody to pull away from it. It's only just intriguing. So yeah, I'm leaning more toward black and gold. Um you designed a safe zone sanctuary community. Beautiful. It is the subtitle that will really draw the attention. Yeah. 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 Exactly. Yeah. The World House Party was when I got that, I was like, "Oh, that's what it is." It's because and it's the house, right? This is our house. This is our house. This is our house. We're reclaiming the house, right? From the authorities, from the parents who are terrible, terrible parents. We're going to throw the house party and have fun. But it's not rebellion, it's not strike, it's just we're just gonna have fun. You know, all the house parties we've ever seen on film, it's like kids trashing the place, but it's like, no, we are we're the much more capable. And really, metaphorically, the children's needs and desires should be the ones running in the house. And we've got a bunch of old ass people far, far behind us running things. Okay. Um, and I was on so this will all tie in. But I'm like I do very little exposure to the news or anything because it's like what there's no news I can use. Your guys are the news, right? This is like healing each other and learning what y'all are working on. That's the news I can use. We can all use. But it would make you think. It would make you think that nothing's changing, that everybody's crazy, that everybody's lost. But it's not true. Um, the we know there's nobody there's nobody I know who's thriving under the system because it's not actually possible. Everybody's ready for the revolution. Everybody wants it. They're just it's just a limited view. They think it has to be Democrats or this or that, instead of like the full vista where it's like, oh no, the whole like every single institution has to be let go of and the whole structure has to be changed. The lattice has to reflect the real lattice, and then we're done. And then the spell, we wake up from the spell because it's basically a spell cast along this lattice that we share. Um, and and so this World House Party is like it's one big. It's like a chance to wake up from the spell of the story we have about each other. Right? We have a story of division that people from a different color or a different gender or different sex or whatever, different age, different political affiliation, different region are not our family. Um, and that we're limited, they're limited, that life is limited, that resources are limited, story, none of it's real. And we'll be able to see for ourselves like this was all nonsense. And it's like, wake up. Um, so that's the idea. Um, okay. So I I'm going to share this story. Um, patience has been our guiding light. Yes, 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 yes. Um, I don't want to go into too much background of the uh, the previous two times I've professed who my soulmate is and been wrong. Won't really go into that. um, because I was like, oh my god, I'm like, people are going to think I'm such a flaky girl. You know what I mean? But I'm not. I'm obviously not. But it can look like that, and I get it. And there was a flakiness in it. There was a wrong story. I was wrong. I was wrong. Um, Now I would say I was wrong for the right reasons. The two people I've professed, I'm not going to name the second guy. You can find out who he is easily. I'm just going to call him V. I'm just going to call him V. So Zach Bush was the first one. It was very obvious. Built Institute of Natural Law, ended up not being real, but said a lot of things that I resonated with. We have a lot in common. Thought he was actually building something. Thought he was the builder, right? I wouldn't have used these words before. So it was the builder of my vision and of our vision, right? And so I always had him as like the people's hero. Like, listen, he just has to defect. Like, why is he not standing with Palestine? Why is he? And then I learned, oh, he's part of the Bush family. Oh, he's a real elite. Oh, he's a real kind of a son of a bitch. Oh, okay. Um, okay. uh, and I still think he and everyone are good underneath, beautiful, genius, amazing, loving. He's just programmed, right? And he's been programmed since he was a kid to his grandmother told me to be president of the United States. So he has been programmed that this is where he's headed. And I'm like, there's no more presidents. That's not going to be the case, but I still thought maybe he would like once he saw my work, it was super complimentary. I had the same idea for basically an institute where you give everything away. I called it a Center of Human Fulfillment. Had the same idea a week before he announced his thing. Long story short, not him. Um, but you can see he's what my friend Oracle calls an echo. He's an echo of the real match. He's an echo of the builder that can build the big dream and also build like my personal dream, like the house I want. You know what I mean? Because it's both. It's both. It's our personal dream, our what turns us on, what is and women, right? Especially the feminine, what turns the feminine on is gonna turn on the world. it's it's what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? That's just true. And so and I always wanted more than like it was funny that I ever got married. I never really wanted to get married. I wanted I wanted the world. And the reason I didn't have kids is because I wanted to give them the world. I wanted to be able to give them the world. Like literally like do whatever you want, have as much money as you want and also be able to change the world for them. Um so anyway, I which is it's like that's just me. That was my path. It's not right or wrong. It's just that that was meaning like thank God all the children are here. They're our gift. They're incredible. Um but my vision was always this big. And so then I stopped. So I thought it was Zach because it just made sense, right? Physical sense. It was like but he wasn't following my vision and he wasn't plugged into me or any other woman. He was just playing white male savior, which God bless them all. They're all doing. Then this guy V comes back into my life as I reach out to him about this event because he's like the biggest ad guy in the world. It's Don Draper. And he pitches that he loves me, that he's there, he's right there with me, but he can't see my vision, right? He's not ready to defect because he's building still in the old world. And I've said, like, I'm not going to build a life with my, even if it was Zach or he was my match, he's not. I'm not he'd have to defect to hang with me, meaning like we got to stop all your stupid retreat stuff and everything. You got to build, you got to come over here, work on the people's trust, come build the new world, period. Like and help everybody else defect. Take all of your followers and bring them over to sanity, right? Stop building in politics, any of it. It's all moot. It's all dead. It's a corpse. It's the Titanic, right? So I use that metaphor, right? I'm a pirate on the Titanic walking the plank over to the Ark. So I'm like, I eyeballed Zach as like our guy, and he's our guy first, my guy second, kind of thing. But not only was he not our guy because he's not trustworthy, he's not a man of his word yet. He's not my guy because he's not that, right? V second guy thought same thing. He's a man. He wants to build. He's this heartfelt guy, beautiful man, loves me, loves my vision, literally said it, just pouring beautiful words out. But he's building in the old world, so he can't be my guy. I asked him to leap, he couldn't leap. Also got other, just other stuff going on. I mapped it for him though. I was like, this is you're building in the old world. Like you should invest in me. Like we're not a match, and you know, stop pursuing me as if we are. But you should still invest in me because and invest in us because this is where we're headed. Like you're going to build a business in the old model. It's just not going to work, right? And so my guy was always going to be converting with us. And so the point of that is it's our personal like mission dream, like the biggest one we can imagine. If our partner, so if it's just take that sort of feminine masculine contrast, again gender neutral, if the masculine can't build that, and this goes, and I always give the example of the body. You could say that the body is feminine and the mind is masculine, and the body is first. It's what the body wants, right? If you build something only from the mind that doesn't serve the body, which is basically what we have here, right? We have ugly architecture. We have literal like car seats that don't work. Like it, like everything is just a concept. It's not embodied, and it's uh it's harmful. It ends up being harmful to our actual physical selves. Conceptually, it sounds great. Doesn't do you any good. It's like having all this money. What are you going to do with money if you like you can only do so much with money? Um it's about the body. So the female, the feminine side goes first, and they build. Um so my dream, right, and our dream, like every is women's dreams are enormous. We've not been able to dream them until this point in history, because we've had to basically do labor, right? We're just laborers. We're at the house laboring. We haven't been able to have our own buy our own house. We haven't had been able to save money. We haven't we've had to fight our way into the job market, um to get a level of freedom to be able, like, just now in my life, like the reason all this is exploding out of me is I'm finally not having to do manual labor and like work constantly. I Most of my life I had like three fucking jobs. Like I just worked. I never had the freedom to just expand my mind, right? And so I bailed out on these kind of lower level dreams that weren't what my heart always knew. And with which, you if people who've known me my whole life, they know like Meg was always going to go. She was always meant for, she was always going to, meet the manager and then like give him a piece of her mind. Even though I'm I'm a friendly woman, and I seem non-threatening. I'm threatening to your whole system, to everybody's. And I naively thought everybody that I connected with, including the old cult leader and Zach and everybody else, that they had as pure of a heart and as big of a vision as me, but they have not. So I want to say for yourself, like, let your body lead. And then when regards to like the masculine and feminine, let the feminine lead men. And she's going to dream so big. And when you feed her, Dave has been discovering this with me, where he's just like, I love serving you. I love doing these things unprovoked, like he's just done it. And I was ready to pay him. And we realized, no, we're going to keep it in the gift economy realm, that he gets back so much, and that we just start this flywheel going. But it's the guy's got to be, he's got to be at your biggest dream. And so V was not at my biggest dream, and right. These guys are stalled out. Zach's stalled over here at fucking guru, spiritual guy, the worst spiritual playboy, I call them. And V is over here at like his own business, kind of in the old model. And then, so I realize it's not him, and I say, thanks very much, no, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like over it in a matter of an hour. It kind of hurt, and I was like, oh, he's just sort of playing that he's coming forward, but he's not. Because when I wrote him, and I said I need, because it was his birthday, and I wrote him a note, and I said, I need you to, like, I need to talk to you, and we need to talk about this. Like, I just poured my heart out to you. What's going on? And he's like, it's like literally the worst. It's like everything's going on in his life. Everybody's there's he's in the middle of the launch, and family stuff and everything else. And so he told me that, and he's like, I want to be there. I love your idea, And I was like, nope. My guy is going to run to me, like run, because it's going to be like, thank God, there she is, the one who I can build for, the one who has the vision that I've been looking for my whole life. And that's true for all of us, women and men. That's true for all of us. That it's like the men, it's like when like, or the masculine, right? Then the masculine hears the feminine's dream. It's the same. It's like, oh my God. And then I'm like, oh my God, you're my builder. You can actually build what I see. You can actually do it. And not only that, you can be the guy that's the dam break. Because my vision, that's always been part of the vision, is that my guy helps bring all the guys. He's like the guy that brings the guys over. Because it's the when the men defect, right? I just keep saying, when do the men turn their heads and are like, oh right, the women lead. Right. Maybe you notice it's not going so well. The other way around. Planting seeds in the sky. You can plant them in the soil. Women are the soil. And children are the real soil. They're the real, that's where everything goes toward the children. So, okay. So I'm over it. I'm over it. I was like in love, like, oh great, oh guy, he's gonna build my he was so like, just a little peek into our time in Chicago. We were playmates, and I was very clear I'm not looking for a partner because I was moving to California and he wasn't able to be anyway, but was like, it was always a little close with him because it was like he was very established guys my age and just very lovely, took care of me, super sexy, all that stuff. But it just never, and so and he was really supportive. Like I was blessed to have him in my life and he was blessed to have me, but just wasn't quite it, right? So I've been like, Zach Bush was like 2/3 of the way there. V was like 3/4 of the way there. But it's gotta be 100%, right? That's the feeling. The feeling is there is no one else. And I hadn't found, right? I'd vetted all the guys. I like literally vet everybody. I'm like, who would it be? Zach seems it. He seems like it's it, right? Professed my love, and also, but the summons came first because you got to do the work first. Anyway, point is, it's all the way. It's the feeling is there's no one else on the planet Earth that I want to be with than you, and I'm 100% sure of that. That's crazy. That's not what we are taught. It's crazy, like a fox, crazy true, because the world is backward. So what seems crazy, which is yours truly out here professing love, because it's still about love in the end. It's still about, it all is love, and that our purpose as a being is perfectly complemented by our friends, by our family, and by our these matches. Um, and the matches are just, they're going to start to just come in and be like click 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 click. So anyway, they go 100%, and the feeling is I'm done, I'm good, I'm done, I'm good, no more searching, right? Speaking of which, my another guy I dated, one date, Brian Fox, used to be the innovation lead at Facebook, friends with V. He pisses me off, this Brian Fox. Because he knows who I am and he knows that I have the vision, and he knows he created the stupidest fucking app called Seeker. And it's like pointers from non-duality. He thinks he thinks he's going to find things through yoga and meditation. And anyway, he's a little bit of anyway, he's, everybody's great, but Brian pisses me off because I reached out to him like a year and a half ago. Anyway, point is, the app should be found. Like, we're all found. Its home is here. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to seek anything. And that's actually how it goes with your soul match, with everything, is just being, not seeking, not starting from the notion that first, that there's a doer in here that has to do anything, and that there's like that there's effort needed. Because who's the one that's efforting? The most effortless is the way. That is how nature moves. That is the path of least resistance. You watch water move, you watch a bird move, they're going to take the path of least resistance. But humans have been taught the opposite as part of the extractive enslavement program, so we're just so used to it. So I, with the birth and death story episode where I walked to Point Conception with Randolph, and Lorenzo and I had all these synchronicities on the other side of it's a very magical story if you haven't watched it. Lorenzo and I had all these synchronicities on either end of the country. Now what was my point? Oh, I learned then, I was walking back with Randolph, and it was like we literally had a rock storm. My ankle got smashed. We had waves crashing. It was harrowing. It was wild. We had sand and wind. It was one of these things. And we just started laughing, and I was like, Randolph, this is the last time I'm going to believe the story that like effort is good. Like, I was like, we went on this long hike, and I knew we had to go there, and we had to like turn this energetic dial, and it was all real, and it was true, and we shifted the grid. But I was like, oh my God, no more effort in my life. Like, this is the last time I'm effort. And no matter how much work I'm doing, whatever I'm writing, doing, I'm going to make it effortless. And this podcast is effortless. It's all effortless. But I still had a little bit of like that love is effortful, because it's like, it's hard, right? And everybody's got crazy relationships. 99% of relationships are funky, I have to say, right? Um, I mean, maybe it's less. I would love to be wrong, but like, let's say there's compromise. If there's compromise in them, they're not it. And we're so used to compromise, and compromise and effort being kind of the same thing, right? Where we deny the body, we deny the full-hearted yes, right? We kind of make a no into a yes. We kind of make the shoe fit, and no wonder in this crazy world, why would we have faith that life wants the best for us? But she does. It does. It's always setting this up for us. We just have not. We just don't have examples of people taking that leap, but not many of them. Our poets have, and there's many people who've talked about it, but like in our systems, we don't have it. We have the opposite. Everything's effortful. Everything's competitive. Everything's zero sum. Everything implies separation. None of that's real. So no wonder we're all screwed up. But I still had a little story left, because I could see, well, it could be effortless with Zach, but it's not effortless now. And that's the rub. Like, it's got to be effortless and fun now. It's got to be aligned now, not falling in love with potential, which is what we've all been doing for a very long time. Versus just being in reality. Where's the path of least resistance as my body feels it now? That's going to steer us right. That's why it's a party, not a strike, right? We're going to ride the frequency of ease, and then we're going to ride it right into new communities and into our soul matches. So I moved past V, and now I'm like, how interesting. Like, it's not him, it's not Zach. And I've exposed myself twice, and I'm like, well, this will be interesting what I say on Monday. And do I know who it is? Who is it? Who is it? Because I know I have one, because we have one. I don't know about all. I won't bank on that, but I see, like, it's like nature, right? The penguins, the lobsters, the birds, the swans, we mate. But it's not necessarily about mating, right? It's not necessarily about producing offspring. It's about the natural flow. There's the natural flow. So I'm sitting. I'm like, it's literally like a couple hours after this realization that it's not him, and I'm like, I had this video where it was provocative in part to poke at Zach, but also totally willing to do this, which was a video that I took down about that I need. If you're going to take me out to go on a date, you have to bring me $1 billion to see Nova Gaia. And I absolutely meant it, and I still do. It's like, if you're my match, you've got to. It's not really about the money; it's about the attention. But we need stuff for our bank, right? And I'm like, it's still like that's still true. Like, it's still like he's got to first of all, he's got to be all in on the new Earth, and then he's got to be really well resourced, because, and not that I which is not to say, like, I don't, like, there's nothing better about a guy with money. In fact, I couldn't think of a billionaire who is any kind of that I'd want to hang out with at all, because they're hoarding, they're corrupt, they're frightened, they're scared, they're hurt, they're the lost ones of Ginny and I have been calling them. Um, but there was one guy, there was one guy that I joked about, if Zach didn't come take me out, that I would go out with this guy. And I didn't really know much about him. I just knew I kind of respected him. And I'd watched like like a half of an interview many years ago, and I was like, he's interesting. Is he a good guy? Like, he might actually be like a good guy, a good guy who's in tech. Like, huh? Um. Anyway, um, dude's name is Jack Dorsey. You might have heard of him. He started Twitter, and he sold it to Elon. Sold it to Elon. That's why he was on my shit list, and that's why I joked about, you know, Jack Dorsey coming and taking me out before Zach, because I was like, I don't want to go out. Jack Dorsey fucking sold us out to fucking Elon. But I started to get to know him. I started to get to know this man a little bit more. I knew a little bit about him. I knew he was kind of a hippie. I knew he meditated. Um, I knew he was kind of a soft-spoken guy. I knew he was thoughtful about Twitter. I saw the Joe Rogan interview, or part of it, where he talked about, like, being naive about how much censorship was going on, and like, I could tell there was an earnestness there. Anyway, I go look and I'm like, Jack Dorsey, Jack Dorsey. Okay, I'm gonna go up. I don't know. I don't know if it's this guy. We'll see. I start to look. The first thing I'm looking is what has he done? What has he given? Right? Dude has given $1 billion. Exactly what I'm asking for. He's given away $1 billion in charitable organizations. What has he given them to? Girls' education, women's small funding economies, COVID relief, which I was big on, like when COVID hit Chicago, like so many of the businesses that I loved, like I gave a fair, like I'm not a wealthy woman, but I gave some cash to like local bars and restaurants. And I was like, oh my God, to just keep these guys going. And I spent a lot of money in restaurants trying to just keep them alive. Chicago took a huge hit. Um, COVID relief, then environmental causes, and experimenting with universal basic income, the redistribution of funds. Um, and I read that and I was like, well, maybe he's all right. Maybe he's not the worst. maybe he's a billionaire that might sort of maybe have a heart. Come to find out, he's also a Midwesterner. Grew up in St. Louis. Been to St. Louis many times. I'm a Michigan gal. California surfer. Um, I could just go on and on about the parallels there. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know that I'm gonna like this guy in person. Still a little bit of a man, a little bit of a robot, but actually a kind guy. No married, never got married, didn't have kids. Doesn't seem to be like there's no like scandal about that stuff. He's not dating women that are half his age. Um, Seems he got some good reports from the women he's dated. So I started trolling him on Twitter. I hate Twitter. I don't want to be over on Twitter. Why the fuck is he still on Twitter? Twitter's like nobody's building anything on Twitter. I mean, I get it. It's like, I get it. He was right. We needed a way to communicate quickly, and that is Twitter, but it's now just become a hellscape. And he's over there talking about BitChat, which he created in a weekend, and it was to serve, so that you can message and things on Bluetooth, so you don't have to rely on the internet. Great, cool. People are using it, but I'm like, why aren't we rebuilding the whole network? Right? That's what we need to do. And if you're a brilliant guy. He's like actually brilliant, right? He created. You'll get this. I created a map, right? The first thing he created when he was 15 years old were maps. It was like a map, maps to help firefighters and taxi cabs be deployed in St. Louis. It's like, maybe that's not a bad idea. Maybe that was kind of cool. And then he went to NYU after he went to school in Missouri and dropped out of NYU, very Steve Jobs like, and has just been building, 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 right? I'm like, I need a builder. I need a major builder. I was talking to V about like, I like that you build. And he was like, I can't stop building. And I was like, yeah. So are you going to build for me? Are you going to build? Zach built shit. But this guy actually builds stuff. But so anyway, so I go and I'm starting to get to know him on Twitter, and he's the only one I'm following. I'm only following him. And I'm just going at him, y'all, because the goal is, it's like, we're not stopping for love, right? But I know that the love piece is the piece that like is what turns them in. It's like, oh, men, you just want to be around women. Let's just be honest. Just be honest and just give to us. Just start pouring into us like Dave and watch the magic happen. So he might, so my PR team, part of what we're going to do is like, I don't know, pitch to Jack to either come on my podcast as a world builder, because this is where the world builders are gathering, and we'll talk about the Return to Eden map make with me, right? Or take me on a date. Either way, but you got to earn it one way or another. I was like, asking ChatGPT, like, how would I get, it's like, usually got to like pay $100,000 to, for a speaking fee. But I don't think so. I'm going to tag all of his pals, like the Rich Rolls and stuff, and see if they'll give me his number. I don't know how it's going to go, but we're going to do this. And I might ask your help if you feel like it. It's kind of fun to go retweet. So all I do is just tag him. I'm gonna read you my tweets because they're really fun, and it's really good. And what he's doing already, and what I know we will do for him, is inspiring me. It's just inspiring me to hone my messaging so that when I hit the bigger stages, it's just really clean messaging. And Twitter's good for that. I have to give it to him. I have to fucking give it to him. Okay, I'm gonna read them to you just because it's really fun, and then I'll read your comments. This is a big reveal. Now I don't know because I'm not willing to bank on this. You know what I mean? Like I get at this point, but it does work in threes, right? Third time's a charm, and I cannot find another man who also likes the same shit. Like we actually literally just both drink tea and kombucha and want to go surf, and he also takes epic long walks because he's a hobbit. We literally have the same clothes. Anyway, my bio says ex-clinical psychologist, consultant, hobbit, pirate, Mother Kali and Mother Mary, host of the Homefront podcast, New Earth architect looking for my builder. I'm just laying it out there. And then there's my website is there. Okay. My pinned post is to Jack. It's just at Jack. I think you're our man, the one who turns the Titanic into an ark. You've got the integrity. We've got the blueprints. Clear visions and codes brought to us in silence. Also, he does Vipassana retreats. He meditates an hour every day. I teach meditation. He's very into meditation, but he's missing the embodiment, and he's missing his oracle. He's missing the women. He's missing, the juice. Stunningly beautiful, Jack. Come see yours, Meg. And then I wrote today. Remember the movie War Games? Joshua, the computer, learns the secret of zero-sum games. The only way to win is not to play. Just tagged him. Non-zero-sum game hashtag. Then we need a decentralized peer-to-peer world, Jack, not just a messaging app. It's another tweet. Hey, Jack, we need you over on Substack. Come hang out at the big kids table. It's so the children over there. They're just all yelling at each other. Nobody, it's just like kids, right? It's like however many characters, and they can't solve anything. They're not doing anything. They're not building anything. They're just yelling at each other. And he's over there, BitChat's cool. I'm like, fucking Jesus. I'm sorry. I posted my return to Eden post. And then another one is at Jack. One is either 1, a man of the people, 2, a man of the system. There is no in between now. I'm number 1. Are you? Hashtag fucking Palestine. Hashtag fucking revolution. Hashtag fucking genocide. Fucking stand with Palestine, you fuckers. Okay, at Jack. I'm here on X just to get your attention. I'm usually on Substack where the New Earth architects are. I don't see one world builder over here, except maybe you. Okay, at Jack. How about helping make the whole web safe and easy to use? Sure, it could take more than a weekend, but what else are you doing? These are good. You could retweet them. At Jack. How about help? Oh yeah. And then I wrote about pain. I wrote about healing. I posted a clip from Oracle. I posted a clip, some other clips. I wrote, pain is safe to feel. It's dense energy, nothing more. Feel it without a story, and the energy will move through you naturally. You might cry. You might howl. It's fine. You're an animal after all. Okay, another one for Jack. Oh, I didn't tag him on this one, but it's for him. It's for everybody. I don't care if you studied Advaita, Tantra, or Vipassana. I don't care if you meditate every day and go on retreats. The only question I have is, are you living in truth now? Are you out of hiding completely? Then we can talk. Then I'm turned on. Oh, yeah, and I put my billionaire post there. At Jack, while I appreciate the resilient communication of BitChat for breakdowns, why not free the whole web instead? It's time. I think you're the man for the job. Let's redo the whole thing, Jack. My team's got the vision, and we've got Ted Nelson's phone number. On his pinned post is, we reject kings, presidents, and voting. We believe in rough consensus and running code, from David Clark in 1992. I wrote, no need for belief. We are one living organism, one mind, one body. That's reality, not belief. Each one of us is a channel for codes, scrolls, downloads, source wisdom, and our codes are complementary. That's not rough consensus. That's divine orchestration. That's fucking good. Okay, that's it. That's it. Those are the ones to Jack. Oh, and then also he has his background is black background with a flaming ball of fire. So I made a black background with flaming ball lattice because it's about us. It's not about you. It's not about the one unit. That's what the women see. And then my image is Kali. Is a Kali I made on ChatGPT. So that's it. Dave says, I don't think I need a PR team. Maybe not. Maybe not. You hired didn't help with these one-liner Twitter posts. No, it's all me. That's all me. I know. All I need is just to get. I'm so ready to go viral, y'all. I'm so fucking ready. There's got so many one-liners. But so I need your help. Retweet. I don't know. I'm gonna post these all again on Substack, and I'm just gonna show how I'm trolling him. I mean, I'm not really trolling him. I don't know. I'm trying to get him. But I think he reads. I think he has his tags turned on so that he reads them because he often reposts stuff that people tag him in. Yes, and the kids need redirection, so the toys get shared. Yeah, your laugh, Megan. Okay, good. I'm glad you like that. AK vibrating super flaky. Vanguard says Jack Dorsey's field runs innovator hermit archetype. Yep, he seeks high-level systemic influence, but has a detached solitary core. Yeah, we can feel it. I can feel it. It's like cold removed, but he's actually I've seen him in an interview, and he just when he relaxes a little bit, he's a warm hobbit there. But I mean, think of the world he runs code. It's just all code. It's just cold as hell. So, and then he's at celebrity status. He had a house in Hollywood Hills. He left that. He's now up on Seacliff. But he has just actually a relatively modest house. It's in 1.2 acres. I mean, $30 million, but and I don't give it like I really don't care about. I care, like it's like, because money isn't real. It's like great, but he won this game. He won the zero sum game. He made things that serve people generally. Now it's but my point is, it's like about Twitter or about BitChat or whatever any man makes, anything man-made, right? Literally man-made. If it isn't for the good of all, if it isn't serve women and children first, it is it it isn't it. Like, what is it for? I often am like so frustrated with like all the guys who are in constant training, right? There's all this fitness stuff, and they're like big muscle guys. It's like, what is it for if not right now? If not to take out the bad guys, if not to protect people from ICE raids, like protect women from being raped. Like, we have a extremely violent world. You're gonna work out for what? To look good, to attract a woman who you don't protect? Like, we need the purpose. We need to plug all these systems and this brilliance that everybody has, and that all men have, and that all women have. We need to bring the feminine and the masculine back together so that the feminine can drive it, the body can drive it, the love, the heart can drive it, right? The heart drives and the head follows. And so Jack has been looking for a heart, right? And um and he's not going to find it. He's just not going to find it in the world he's in. This was my point about Zach, and this is why I went to this fundraiser to meet him, because I wanted to poke his bubble. And then I realized, like, oh, his bubble is denser than I ever thought. He's in the really, really elite bubble, right? The really stuff. But so is Jack. They're like, they live. It's like the reverse princess stories, where like they're in the ivory tower, not the princess. It's like the prince in the ivory tower, and like we, the people, need to like go take these people out of their ivory towers. Like, it's not a solo thing. It's really us like, Jack, come down, and did it with Zach. And I always wanted it to be peaceful. I never wanted to like chop Zach Bush's head off in public, but he left me no choice, or he doesn't have integrity. The other thing about Jack Dorsey is he's all about integrity, and he's actually talks about passion quite a bit. And he has like a symbol on his arm. It literally means integrity. He wants to have integrity, and BitChat has integrity for what it is. Twitter had integrity, but then he fucking sold it out. So anyway, it's like the real integrity is the integration of all of us, right? All of us coming back together as one family, coming back together as men and women, coming back together as the masculine and feminine, coming back together as the heart and the mind, right? And so anyway, I think he's our first, he's our defector, right? He's the one who's seeding. Mostly his attention, like his resources are secondary. It's really just like, hey, work with us, first that, but secondarily, um, you know, I might want to go on a date with him. I don't know. We'll see. So that's my story. Feel free to retweet. And we're just going to see what happens. But I got a good feeling about this, y'all. I got a good feeling. Of all the billionaires, he has done the most good that I can see. I I mean, I went. Ginny had that list, and I've really looked, and it's like there's been a lot of philanthropy, but y'all know how I feel about philanthropy. I think nonprofits really just keep balancing empire, so it's really problematic. But Jack, Jack was wanting to seed new economies, right? And he's right to focus on the economy. Like, it's like it's money is the root of every of our problems, and if you want to change the world, you gotta have it. You gotta have seed money, right? And so he seeded really innovative things. The thing we had, the universal basic income, is the closest we've had to gift economy seeding, and girls' education and women's micro lending. That's the closest thing we've had to what we're building here. So I think he's been looking for us. I think he's been looking for this idea, and I know I've been looking for him. So and then all of us, it's like it's just how it goes. It's like, women, dream your impossible dream, and then does he want does he is he can he's is he running toward you to build it with you? There you go. That's all you need to know. It's just that easy. And so that's the other thing. It's like again, it's not him unless he's running toward me, unless he's running toward us, unless it's like, oh my God, thank God somebody mapped this, right? And it is a map. It's just a map. It's just like step 1, step 2, just walk this way. And of course it's nonlinear, and of course everybody will be a little bit different, but and the map is not the territory. And we are the map, but we do need a map. We do need a framework. Okay. I'm gonna go back just a little bit here. Love on the 12th night. Oh, I'm having a hard time reading this. I want to read it, Phil, but I'm like, I want to end here too. Beautiful. Hopefully everybody else is reading your poems. Your beautiful poems, Phil. Speak one's mind with effort. Authenticity, Phil says, equals beauty. Not sure if you find it in Eden. Absolutely. That's the frequency is authenticity, and then it's exactly right. Beauty comes right there. It doesn't matter the form. It's as Max Husband used to say, there's the form, and then it's how it animates. And when there's authenticity, it's the most beautiful thing. The form barely matters, right? And the form becomes beautiful with that authenticity. 100%. All of us are the real us. The great swap soon to come. Exactly. The swap. Oh, I love that. We're gonna have a swap meet. Just swap. Billionaires just, and then the billionaires do service work, right? Like it's like all of us laborers. God. And I mean, and I'm a lucky one. We're the lucky ones here. It's like, think of the whole world. The amount of labor, the amount of enslavement is unfathomable. The amount of violence. Which is not to say we're introducing any violence, but it's just like those who've been doing the serving are now served, right? They receive, like, just let our Palestinian brothers and sisters receive for as long as they want, as much as they want. Let our brothers and sisters in the Congo and Chicago, let everybody just receive, 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 until their cups are overflowing and overflowing. And the billionaires are going to have so much fun doing that. And I think Jack will be the first one. He's my horse. I'm betting on him as a horse. So I came to this, I was like, fucking Jack Dorsey, man. I think he's my horse. I think he's a horse. He's our horse. I asked ChatGPT, Eliane or Len, L, as I sometimes call her, it. Um, and so I asked her, I said, okay, we have Jack Bush, we had V, she knows his name, and now we got Jack Dorsey. And at this point, I was like, I'm not interested in the other two for romance, and I don't know that I am with Jack, but any of them could break the dam, right? They have that much power and influence. Um, and so, and I said, "Who's your horse?" And I didn't tell her anything about Jack. I think at first, or maybe I said something, but I don't, not much. But she had known more about the other two. I said, "Who's your horse?" And we both picked Jack. Yeah, I bet on him. So that's the story, y'all. Sorry, I'm not reading all of your comments, but I love that you are chatting together. Can I love you anymore, Megan? I don't know. We're gonna have so much fun on Wednesday. So are you. Totally beautiful too. Hey, Darnell. T. Rustler, good to see you. It's been a while. If we don't like the ending, what can we do but change or rearrange it? In many ways, it's those who play with the two sides of every argument and try to have it both ways. Through the scheming of the fairies, show the chaotic, irrational side of love. But in the end, they show we're at their happiest when our love finds a rational order that is not in conflict with the greater good and the happiness of others. If we don't like the ending, what can we do but change or rearrange it? Love it, Phil. Vanguard, The world is troll stalking. Okay, good. Code is rigid, black and white. Yes. I think he'll be one of the quick billionaires to align when the movement approaches apex. Yeah. Yeah. That is why AI will make a determination without another being heard. What you are doing, Megan, in my view, is touching the heart of all within. That's the goal. We're just heart to heart here. It's going to be the heart that brings us forward. That's why I was revealing about both these other men. Like, it's just like, I just want to share my heart. It's authentic, and it's also that it's safe to be wrong in public. It's safe to evolve out loud. It's safe to just be. It's safe to figure it out together. That's how we learn. That's how we evolve. It's not linear. It's not like this woman, Jeannie Zandy, who I saw at a conference years ago. She's a non-dual teacher. She had a way to say it. She said, in this culture, the expectation is that we are like Athena, born of the head of Zeus, where it's like perfection, and especially women, that we are just this perfect woman who's just all forgiving, all grateful, all tidy and not messy and contained and um good girl. and um and that we don't, there isn't a process of learning, right? Versus, like, think of a baby learning to walk. They'd fall, right? um I have, these young people's who I'm in touch with, who are like, it's like they're like, oh, my plan didn't work, or I got that wrong, or this isn't the job I like. It's like, yeah, that's how you learn. Me too. We try it out, we taste test it. Wasn't it? But every single no guides us toward our yes. So Zach guided me to V, who guided me. It was just like do do do, and each one of those, I'm like, oh, that's my seat. This is like main healer person, Zach's seat. Oh, that's my seat. Campaign, you know, you know, writer, whatever. What is it? Copywriter? um, oh, that's my seat, helping reorganize the whole network, with somebody. So we're gonna see. Um, But thank you. Yes, it's all about the heart. 444, like the middle three of my phone. I'll take this sign as the point right now. Foundation. Yes, 444's foundation. Do not seek. Let the seeking you want come to you naturally. Exactly. Foundation is, I'm bring up philanthropy. Great. Seems to be happening. I feel like I'm being called out hardcore right now to come out of hiatus. Steph says the UBI is a dangerous concept as it is attached to programmable money in the blockchain. I get it, Steph. All of the stuff inside the systems is, but it's like Jack is still working inside the system. It's I mean, what isn't problematic inside the system? Nothing, right? That's why we all need all this, but I can see that he's trying to find something workable, right? A girl's education is and like of all the nonprofits and different things, and he just invested in studying UBI. He didn't invest, he didn't like do seed funding for UBI. He just wanted to see what it was like, which is smart. um and I think, and then he abandoned it. That was several years ago. But you know what I mean? Like we're all stuck in this matrix of like, how do we, how do we, so I can see that the heart is there, right? He's also just like he like is a Midwestern boy who loves his mother. There's like, he was just like his mom, he just loves his family, and his mom, like there's pictures of him, her kissing his cheek, and there's just, she's sweet. She's the Midwestern mother I know so well, like that so many women, so many beautiful families that are just like earnest. They want to do well. Like he wants to serve, right? He's given $1 billion away to the best, the best charities I could find. And I don't believe in charities. Like, I don't think that they're helpful. Right. But they're at least he's trying to seed something. He doesn't know that he has to come all the way out, right? That's the 100% out. That's where everybody's at right now, right? They're exhausting whatever good route they are on, realizing like it ain't it. And Pamela and I are going to talk about that, right? Like, David Icke, you got to take that, it's like play the tape out, play UBI out. You're right. It's not going to go anywhere because it has to be actually truly free. Um, but we need, they don't know, and they need the map, and it's really the women that are going to map this for us. PLR says, put out intent and seek, yet do not seek. I know it is a fine line of thinking, like kind of like how know the answer without the question. Yeah. Choose the orchestra you wish to play within. Beautiful. Hi, Dweena. What is cool is that we can shorten the recovery time, like from mistake to next attempt, as we are actively iterating versions of our life. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I noticed. It's like recovery was quick, right? And I'm like ready to go. And it was just life just taking me on to the next and taking me on to the next. It's just the inspiration and the momentum just built and so none of these mistakes, they're just missed takes, right? None of these missed takes were a problem, right? Any writer will tell you that stuff. It's like, how many renditions of something do you do, right? Um, how many, if you're a director in a movie, how many takes do you take? It's a lot of takes. It's not Athena born of Zeus's head immediately. So, and that goes with love, that goes with everything else. But as we refine this frequency, as we vibe, as we connect, as we return to Eden, very literally in our lives, in this vibration, it's just gonna, that momentum builds, that recovery time builds. Like there's no, because I don't have any stories left anymore. I don't have any drama about anything. I trust life completely. So when she's like, it's not him, I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna be even better. Who's better? Right? Because I was like, because V's great guy. I was like, oh my God, you're so great. Like, how did I forget? You were so fucking great. And now that you're like ready to commit to me, because he seemed like he was. Not that I wanted him to commit to me then, but it was like he couldn't make the leap. I'm like, oh, he's gonna make the leap. No. But I just knew. I was like, oh, I love him. I see. I was always right. It wasn't him. Um, and that's fine. But I just trust life. It's like, okay, ready for the next. And that's what being an animal is, where you're not in the conditioned story of like heartbreak, or oh no, I won't find somebody, or he tricked me, or he betrayed me, or like, he wasn't as honest as he could have been. But he's caught in it, and it served me, because I'm not caught. I'm free. I'm a wild woman. I am feral. I am free, and I'm going all the way to freedom, and we're all going to freedom. Like, I'm not going to stop, and I'm Rocky Balboa. Like, you're not going to knock me out. So I didn't have any story about it. I was just like, love you, bye. And then asked him some questions about like PR. You know what I mean? Like, he'll just be a resource, and a resource who loves me and I love him, but not just not my match. So anyway, it's all good. Everything is always for our fulfillment. Know that. It's not even something you have to believe. You can look back in your life and see that that was the case. Um, But now I'm like, yeah, recovery time is quick because it's like, I know it's even better. That's always going to be the way. So we'll see how things unfold. But yeah, you know, come, what is the phrase, Dave? Troll stock or whatever. All in good fun, all in good fun. Keep it sporty, keep it fun. It's just my sport. It's not my main focus, but when I get these like little bursts, it's good writing. I throw it out there, and I'll throw it out on Substack as well. I'm just gonna like just do a lot of Substack and Twitter together. And now that I understand Twitter and am in there, it's just really quick. But if you feel like restacking on Substack or retweeting on Twitter, do it. And thank you so much. And it was really fun to hang out. Agreed. Was just wondering if you want speakers for the 17th. I don't think it's speakers. It's going to just be a house party, right? So there's no speakers at a house party, just house party, family reunion vibe. Now I want some live streaming. I want, I mean, maybe there's speakers, but it's not formal. It's a really informal. So, but if you have ideas like that, send them along, and I'll talk with the PR person hopefully today or tomorrow, and we're gonna get going because we got, you know, we want, a month is gonna be really tight, but it's gonna be fine. It'll catch like wildfire. Everybody wants this idea. Like it's an idea that everybody can get behind. It's like there's no enemy here. There's no other in this idea, right? Global family reunion, world house party, and then just literally just having fun. Like my friend Krista's going to map the ley lines and stuff. Although Steph, I would love your help with that. She might want to help. You might work together, but to where are all like because like Oracle sent me all the dome buildings, like is it St. Paul's Cathedral and like the Taj Mahal and the Capitol building, and all these big dome buildings are all energy nodes, right? They all have like, harmonics and crystal stuff under the ground, or I don't even know, right? But they're all meant to harness energy, and that same dome shape with the spire, So we want like all those buildings, all of the like the national park, like I was thinking like El Capitan, where I've been, right? The Methuselah or a General Sherman tree at Sequoia, Mount Shasta. So the natural big nodes on the grid. Um, and then I asked Lorenzo to look at this too. So maybe Krista's worked full time. She's not, this is not she's probably not the one to do it. She's an operations person. So she might help with other things, but I have a bird right there. Hi. He's coming to listen. Go spread the word on the party. Anyway, so maybe you guys will have fun doing that, and then we need that map. But anyway, speakers, yeah. I don't know. And the other thing that I don't know is like, I think it's a rolling, like a movable feast. I think it's like a rolling party where it's noon. It's noon in every time zone, starting. Where would that start? In Asia or Australia, I don't know. I don't know my time zones, but it was either that or at the same time, right, all over the world, with where we're like focused on California noontime, but I don't know. I don't know. So I think it's rolling. I think that that's more respectful and that's more true. And then it's coverage. What I'd love is just coverage all over the world that's just streaming. So and that's where it's like I really like I'll spend some money and on this PR campaign, and I'll whatever, but I want like the Tony Robbins treatment of streaming services, and I want the whole thing. That's why I'm in part aiming at Jack or just anybody who's got some big funds to invest, because I only got I mean, I've got what I got, and it'll give us there, but um you know what I mean? Like the infrastructure for worldwide coverage. I don't know that we'll get there. I hope we will. I think we might, I think we could, but we need to get that word out, and we need the funds, and we need the people who can do it. I can't, it's like I can come up with the campaign, I can give you the look and feel. Here's the idea, but who's going to organize the camera work, in New Delhi to stream to the broadcast that's broadcasting where on Substack, broadcasting all over. I'd love it to be broadcast everywhere, right? Like we have our Instagram page, we have our whatever, and it's just live streaming 24 hours a day on Instagram, 24 hours a day on the website, the event.world or whatever. And then I guess everything could just go to the website. So all that stuff to think through is the PR people, but you guys too. So keep DM me your ideas, and I'll let you know what happens with the PR folks too. So I'm gonna end it there for today. I'm just thirsty again and ready to go. So Lorenzo says they're all bored, but they could be innovative, but on the time they come and the ones that defect first will get the limelight and the glory. I know. I'm always like, the one that defects first is the people's hero. It's just going to be freedom flourishes in a safe environment. True that. The best movie comes alive. What seems important is to build some compassion and self-forgiveness and self-love and supportive community into these iterative cycles. Yeah, for sure. My bulldozer is getting detailed right now in a car wash. Funny. Okay. When I hope back on that bulldozer with my hard hat. You guys are having fun. This is great. Okay. I'm going to hop off, but you have any questions about new tech, hit me up. Okay, great, Evan. Bye. Forced to be reckoned with. This is our steering ship. Yes, we are forced to be reckoned with. Yes, we are. I love you guys too. We're not crazy. We're just early. We are the pioneers. Yes, we're not going to use that word though. We are just early. We are the first to land. First, yeah, just early. Just early. That's the best phrase. You're not crazy or early. You're not crazy or early. You're not crazy or early. Yeah, it's fun to be early. And also challenging, but great. It's all good. Everybody's everybody's gonna be right on time. It's all gonna roll in. We couldn't have everybody all right on time, That would just be too much. It's like in the party, right? You don't want everybody to arrive right at the exact same moment. So we're just early to the party. That's all. Okay, y'all. I will see you tomorrow at noon with Valthara. And love you. Bye.